Welcome to the Slop Farm. Enjoy the video.
You start by preparing the SSD and getting Windows ready. First, make sure the new SSD has at least the used space of your current Windows drive. You want 10 to 20% free for optimal performance. Then connect the SSD directly by SATA or use a USB 3.0 enclosure if needed. Direct SATA is faster. Open Disk Management. Initialize the drive as GPT for UEFI systems or MBR for older BIOS. This sets the partition table, so the clone will boot correctly. Now you perform the actual clone. Install a trusted cloning tool and run it as administrator. Select your current Windows disk as the source and the SSD as the target. If the SSD is smaller, resize the partitions logically, move the system and Windows partitions first, and make sure the recovery partition is included. Enable options for SSD alignment and trim where available, and choose an intelligent sector copy for system partitions. Once configured, start the clone and monitor the progress until it completes successfully. To finish, shut the PC down and set the SSD as the first boot device in UEFI or BIOS. For a clean test, disconnect the old drive before booting. This avoids booting the wrong disk. Once Windows boots, run disk cleanup, enable trim, and confirm drivers and activation. If something goes wrong, like Windows won't boot, use the Windows recovery environment to repair the bootloader. Check that the EFI/boot partition has the correct flags, and make sure the SSD alignment and partition types match the firmware expectations.
Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if we helped you today.